The Sony MZ-E909 is an all-magnesium minidisc player that came with the RM MC12 ELK remote control. The first issue with this one was the logo had popped out. Some glue fixed that. The other issue was the eject not working. Since the mechanisms can vary, let's take a look. Okay, well, one issue is obvious. That arm that is supposed to catch and then push the disc upon eject is bent. Let's see how it moves, since Sony had many different ways to do this. It slides backwards, and a spring on the MD tray pulls it back when we need to eject a disc. Let's try to pull it back and bend it quickly to see if that helps. I know there will be more to it, but we'll start there. Here, I'm pushing it down just a bit more. It looks to be moving freely. Unfortunately, the way the MD tray arms are, we need to put the lid back on to test the eject mechanism properly. Just a few screws, and we'll test. Okay, something's wrong. There's some resistance. Opened it again. Let's see what else is going on. Looks like a small hook on the side. Let's bend this a bit more. Look at this hinge mechanism. I call it the robot arm. It hooks onto the MD tray. Looks good. Let's try again. Again, just a few screws. Okay, a bit of resistance, but something doesn't feel right. Well, the disc bent the arm again. Something's causing this arm to not slide back when the lid is on. Let's bend this back first. Sorry for the weird angle here. I'm looking for something that could be an issue. Okay, I see something. A small hook on the left side that might have been getting caught. You can see it here. I think this hook was getting caught on something when I put the lid back on. Let's put the robot arm back in place. Before I replace the lid, I'm going to look at this again. Reattach robot arm again. Here's the hook. It was outside of the MD tray and needs to be inside. That's probably why it got stuck. Let's try again. Ugh, resistance again. Let's see what's going on. Again, it's moving fine without the lid on. This hook is extending too far away from the MD tray. Let's try to bend it in slightly. A few more tests. I'm tired of putting the lid on and off. I'm going to bend this tab that meets the MD a bit more. Okay, robot arm again. Sorry it's hard to see, but I think the hook is in the right place. No resistance. Okay, lid back on again. Okay, no more resistance, but the disc isn't staying in. Let's watch the hook. The hook is just outside of the rail. It needs to stay inside and hook onto something when you push the disc in. Like that. Okay, I see it now. That hook needs to stay inside the rail and hook onto that metal tab that's bent slightly inward. Nope, still too far outside. Okay, that looks right. Last problem. The hook is inside the rail, but releasing too early. As I close the lid, the disc is popping out. Okay, last one. Let's adjust the hook slightly to make sure it catches onto that metal tab. Okay, looks like it's in the right place. Lid back on. Sorry, lighting was a bit dim, so I'm redoing the final test again. And there you have it. Finally fixed. That delicate mechanism was more work than I thought. From the robot arm to the delicate eject mechanism, this was an all new one for me. I didn't expect much from this device, but it's sturdy, lightweight, and stylish. I think it's a keeper. Outside of the rare and expensive RM MC40 ELK, this 12 ELK is my favorite Sony remote. As always, thanks for watching.